Hello everyone. I've had a few people ask me about the turkey load I use in my flintlock. So today we're going to set up a target about 20 yards and we're going to test several different loads and see what works best for us. Stay tuned. The first load we're going to use is actually a modern shotgun shell. We're going to use a 20 gauge 3-inch Remington nitro mag. Obviously you're not going to load this into a flintlock, but we're going to use this as a base to compare our black powder loads. For our modern shot shell, we're going to be using a Mossberg 500 20 gauge with a 26-inch barrel and a full choke. With our Remington 3-inch nitro mag fired through a full choke, we were able to get 75 hits within an 8-inch circle at 20 yards. Now let's see if we can replicate that modern shot shell in our 62 caliber flintlock. To replicate our modern shot shell, we're going to use 75 grains of Schutzen 3F powder. We're going to cover that powder with 1/3 of a fibrous wad. Next, we'll pour in 1 1/4 ounce of number 6 lead shot. And finally, we'll top it all off with an overshot card. Let's see how this does. With our black powder replication of the 3-inch nitro mag fired from the Indian trade gun, we were able to get 40 hits within an 8-inch circle at 20 yards. Obviously that wasn't as impressive as our factory load, but remember, our Mossberg 500 had a full choke. Flintlock muskets such as this one do not have a choke, or they're a cylinder choke, because this gun also shoots solid projectiles that have to be loaded from the muzzle. So everything that we shoot out of this is out of a cylinder bore. The actual load I used to kill that turkey is what some people refer to as the Sky Chief load. If you get on the internet and you Google Sky Chief load, you'll see lots of people talking about it in forums and even on YouTube. Everybody has their own little spin on it. Let me show you the one I used. The Sky Chief load is not that dissimilar from the one we just used. We're still going to start with 75 grains of Schutzen 3F. Once again, we'll top off our powder charge with a fibrous wad. These fibrous wads are actually about a 1/2 inch thick. We're only going to use 1/3 of that. So we're going to take one and we'll cut it into thirds. So we'll top our black powder with 1/3 of a fibrous wad. Here's where things start to change. All right, we're going to top our fibrous wad with 2 overshot cards. Next, we'll add our 1 1/4 ounce of number 6 lead shot. And finally, we'll top it all off with a half-cut fibrous wad that's been soaked in olive oil. Let's see how this load does compared to the other two. With our Sky Chief configuration, using the same powder charge and shot and fired from the Indian trade gun, we were able to get 33 hits within an 8-inch circle at 20 yards. Well, there you have it. Obviously, you know, not all loads are created equal, but one of the things that makes black powder fun is that every load is a hand load. You can tweak how you load, you know, powder a few more grains, a few less grains, and even as we saw with the Sky Chief load, how you arrange your wads and your cards and things like that. You can really get down to the details with this and find that perfect load. What I do know is we have a turkey in the freezer, and it's going to feed our family, and it's delicious, and that's awesome. I just love black powder. I love it because I'm a historian. I am a professor of American history. I love teaching about the colonial period. I love teaching about the Revolutionary period. I got into black powder just as a way to experience that a little closer. But it's definitely a fun hobby, and I recommend it for anybody. Thank you.